Today we are going over the entire rainbow freckle tattoo drama that has exploded all over TikTok in the last few days. I first heard about this when I saw this video by TikTok user Deja2, and this video now has over 1 million views. So let's see what they had to say.
Shocked and appalled. I would cry my eyes out. You were supposed to give them rainbow freckles. This looks like acne scarring. I only have love for the people getting these tattoos because I feel so bad for them. But the tattoo artist? Ruining lives. Once again, just permanent acne. The delusion. Like, stuff like this. Why would you put it on the forehead? Oh my goodness. Imagine having permanent forehead acne.
And this is difficult because these are real people with real tattoos on their actual faces. So it's hard to criticize these tattoos because people are walking around with them. The top comment on this video is, "I have freckles. Never seen a good freckle tattoo. Just don't do it. I'd cheese grate my skin off." Okay, but are we gonna talk about the hearts? The way I would start sobbing and then that despair would turn into murderous rage because genuinely, how dare you? I wouldn't personally get rainbow tattoos freckled. What? I wouldn't personally get rainbow freckles tattooed on my own face because I agree, I don't personally think that this looks good. That doesn't mean other people can't have this tattoo or think it looks good. That's fine. I do, however, have cosmetic freckles tattooed on my face. And it really sucks that this whole controversy has overshadowed all cosmetic freckle tattoos because some artists genuinely do it really well. I think the artist that I went to did them very well. I think they've settled into my face really nicely. The Instagram account 60 Second Docs created a little short film on the tattoo artist who did these, and we are going to get into a lot of detail on this artist a little bit later. But in this video, she's explaining some of the freckles that she does.
Ready to get your face tattooed today? So we've got your Pisces here. The reasons that my clients get these tattoos are it's a couple tattoo or a memorial tattoo, or they feel really cute with those Snapchat filters. For me personally, I had freckles when I was a kid and I found them to be a really beautiful feature, but once I got older, I didn't have them on my face. It's a really hard job, but it's worth it. It's the most rewarding thing in the entire world when you get to make someone feel like the best, sparkliest version of themselves.
And a lot of people had a lot to say in the comments of this video. Rainbow freckles are going to age terribly, objectively bad. Freckle tattoos can be done right, but this ain't it. Nightmare. And not everyone hates these rainbow freckle tattoos. There are some positive comments. I love my tattoos from Daisy, some of my absolute favorite tattoos I have. Couldn't have made a video on a nicer person. Love Daisy and her work. Go Daisy, you legend. These are so cute, like what? And that TikTok that we watched got viewed by so many people, even the people that were in the video being criticized for their freckles. Here's one of them. This is TikTok user Sonny, whose @ is Lived Experience Educator. And in this video, they say, "When people give me crap for getting rainbow freckle tattoos, but it helps me embrace who I am after a lifetime of trying to fit in." And in the caption, Sonny wrote, "It's been 2 months of rainbow freckle tattoos and there are 0 regrets here." And this is really what's so difficult about being so critical of tattoos online. It's bound to get back to that person that has that tattoo. And Sony clearly is very happy with their tattoos. And that's all that should really matter, right? So let's get into who this tattoo artist is. The cosmetic tattoo artist doing these tattoos is Daisy Lovesick. On TikTok, her account name is Daisy Lovesick. This is her only account. There is someone impersonating her, and we're gonna talk about that soon. But on Instagram, her username is also Daisy Lovesick. Daisy is a cosmetic tattoo artist in Brisbane in Australia, and she co-owns Lovesick Tattoo with her husband, Andrew. And now, this isn't Daisy's first controversy online, nor is it her second, I believe. In fact, Daisy was recently in a huge controversy with a $2,200 snake tattoo that was not done by her, but it was done by another artist at her shop. And Daisy and Andrew handled this situation horribly. Lauren, or Treacle Tats, has a great video all on this whole snake tattoo controversy. I would recommend watching if you're interested in that. And Lauren has her own experience with Daisy that, looking back on this whole situation, is not surprising. But like I said, the snake tattoo was not Daisy's tattoo. This is something that has definitely got lost in translation. Daisy did not do the awful $2,200 snake tattoo. Someone else did, but Daisy just handled the situation as a business owner really terribly. And Daisy did have a pretty substantial TikTok following with over 500,000 followers. But all of the TikToks on Daisy's page have been removed, and there's only 2 videos on Daisy's page now. This first one says, "I did not do the snake tattoo. This is my only account. I am not posting videos or comments." And there's a screenshot of a comment I believe she made on Instagram that says, "Hi, the videos you are seeing on TikTok are not being uploaded by me. My only account is Daisy Lovesick. I do not own Daisy Lovesick BNE or _ Daisy Lovesick. It is my content that is being stolen and someone is imitating me. They are posting and linking hateful and transphobic comments. It is not me. I would never do this." So the account that is pretending to be Daisy is TikTok user at Daisy Lovesick BNE. And like Daisy said, this is not her. This is someone who has saved a bunch of her old TikToks and is re-uploading them pretending to be Daisy. This account is also responding to a lot of hate comments and being pretty negative in response to the hate. So here's one of Daisy's original videos that was reposted by this fake account. And this is Daisy's voice in the video, but like I said, this is just taken from her.
I'm a cosmetic tattoo artist, and I've been known for doing weird, wacky, wonderful things to people's faces, including, of course, rainbow freckles. Here's my setup. I'm going to use 3 different machines during this tattoo just to make things a little bit easier on myself, and here are all of the colors that I have for jelly to choose from today. Although the work that I do is controversial to some, there are a lot of practitioners out there who wouldn't tattoo freckles on people's faces, let alone rainbow freckles. I personally love knowing that I get to go to work and make people feel like the most authentic, fabulous version of themselves every single day.
And like I said, this fake account can definitely be aggressive with the comments. The top comment says, "What percentage of your customers do you reckon will have laser removal in the next 2 decades? And the fake account said 99.9%. "Oh my god, girl, wipe down your ink bottles. You shouldn't have different colors splattered all over them." And the fake account said, "Supposedly ink pots get shared about, allegedly." So because of TikToks like the one we saw in the beginning of this video and the negative attitude that this fake account has, there's a lot of negativity on this account that everyone thinks is Daisy. And there's a lot of people saying that these are horrible tattoos, she should never tattoo people like this. And a lot of people think it's really her. Here's another video on the fake page, and this is in response to a comment that says, "Looks like acne and blackheads."
We've got a lot going on here, so let me break it down and talk you through it. At the top, we have the Taurus zodiac constellation in the pink ink. Then we have a little purple heart under one eye. We have a little blue moon underneath the other one. And then the rest are absolutely adorable, absolutely stunning, if I do say so myself, rainbow freckle face tattoos. And truly, another slay, if I do say so myself.
The forehead ones look like pimples. No. Her face screams, "What did I just do?" She doesn't look happy, looking like you have blackheads all over for the rest of your life. And something we have to keep in mind is that these are freshly done freckle tattoos. And these are going to be really intense and really scary looking right after you get tattooed. And generally, when freckle tattoos heal, they heal significantly lighter into the skin. And that's because of the inks that permanent makeup artists use and the depth that they go. So you're tattooing really shallow into the face so that the tattoo naturally fades. However, I do bring up the inks because Daisy doesn't use permanent makeup inks for these freckle tattoos. She is using tattoo ink, and you can see this very clearly in a lot of her videos. On Instagram, Daisy responded to a comment about her rainbow freckle tattoos. The question is, are these permanent or done with cosmetic ink? They look badass. And Daisy said, "Cosmetic tattooing is in the technique, not the pigment." I would argue it's in both, but Daisy went on to say, "If you look at the ingredients, it's all essentially the same thing, and many industry leaders are saying it too." The fact of the matter is that permanent makeup ink and tattoo ink are different. If it was the same thing, permanent makeup artists would just use tattoo ink. It's a lot cheaper. According to this article by Killer Beauty, tattoo ink is a lot more concentrated than permanent makeup pigments, meaning the colors often appear bolder, brighter, and sharper. Permanent makeup pigments have much smaller particles than tattoo ink, meaning that healed results appear much softer and more natural. This is also one of the main reasons why permanent makeup pigments gradually fade over time, whereas traditional tattoo ink is for more permanent body art and difficult to remove. So while Daisy is right that the general ingredients of ink is going to be somewhat similar across the board, there's a huge difference in the concentration of these inks. And that, along with the technique, contributes to how your tattoos are going to fade over time. And not only that, but the Killer Beauty article goes on to say, tattoo ink and permanent makeup pigments do share some basic ingredients, but as semi-permanent makeup falls under the umbrella of cosmetics, the ingredients used are strictly regulated to minimize the risk of allergic reaction. It is also important to remember that the skin on the face is a lot more fragile when compared to other parts of the body. People can have permanent makeup applied to the delicate skin of their lips or eyelids, so the ingredients found in the pigments need to account for this. So as a permanent cosmetic tattoo artist, you would want to use permanent cosmetic tattoo inks because they're more diluted and they're safer for your face skin. But Daisy still insists on using traditional tattoo ink for these rainbow freckles. And here are some healed rainbow freckles that Daisy has posted on her Instagram account. So you can see that the colors are very bright and they're very bold on the face, even after healing. With this individual that Daisy tattooed, there's 2 freckles that are done by Daisy. One are in natural colors and then one are rainbow. And you can see that the natural ones do blend into this person's face a lot better than the rainbow ones. And this isn't to say that Daisy is a bad tattoo artist. I think the natural freckles that she does do heal into the skin pretty well. So here's some example of healed freckles that she's done, and I do think that they look pretty natural. And you can even see those healed results as opposed to when they're freshly done, and you can see how dramatic even the natural ones look when they're freshly applied. The real issue is with the rainbow freckles, because these are essentially face tattoos. Even though you are tattooing very shallow in the skin, like we've seen with some of those healed results, those are really bright. And I don't know how those are gonna look in 5 years. I would love to see someone's rainbow freckles in 5 years and see if they're still there. And Daisy seemingly had a pretty strict policy on face tattoos. And we see that in this deleted video that was then uploaded by the fake account.
I'm a tattoo artist who won't do hand, neck, or face tattoos on a person who doesn't at least have sleeves, and I wanted to offer a little bit of perspective into why. In my experience, it's only been in the last few years that people have wanted face tattoos without having any other tattoos done, even sometimes when they're teenagers, literal teenagers, and it becomes a point of contention when an artist won't do it. Tattooers are not photocopiers, we are still people, and I truly and genuinely believe that we bear a very small amount of social and personal responsibility for the work that we put on people. Now, why I bring this up is because although tattoo acceptance has come a long way in recent years and there are a lot more people in a lot more professions displaying and wearing visible tattoos, it's not the case everywhere and it's not the case for every person.
And to me, it's just strange that she had that opinion, but is still tattooing rainbow freckles on individuals who have seemingly no other visible tattoos. Like this client, for example, that now has colorful freckles with no arms, neck tattooed. And as you saw, those were permanent tattoo ink colors. I think the issue is if you tell your clients to expect these tattoos to be gone by a certain time when you don't really know that that's the case. And I do think the people that are getting these rainbow tattoos expect these tattoos to be gone. In the comments of Sony's video that we watched earlier, someone asked, are they permanent? And Sony said they will fade in 3 to 5 years like any other cosmetic tattoo. For me, there's just a huge question mark on that. I've looked through Daisy's Instagram and I have found no evidence of any rainbow freckles that have faded to the extent that you can't notice them anymore. If you go into a rainbow freckle tattoo situation and you know all of the variables and your clients are well aware of the fact that you're using permanent tattoo ink, and if they do like how the tattoos look, I don't think there's any problem with getting rainbow freckle tattoos. Just because they're not for everyone doesn't mean they're not for some people. And some people clearly really enjoy the tattoos that they have gotten from Daisy. Here's another user on TikTok. This is at Elizabeth Knight Author, and this is what they had to say about their rainbow freckles.
I went to go see the illustrious Daisy from Lovesick Tattoo, and can I just say, it was the most amazing and magical experience ever. From the moment I walked in, everybody was super kind and super amazing. You know, everybody was busy, everybody was doing their own work, but it was just such a family vibe.
Not to discredit anything this individual is saying, I'm happy they had such a good experience. But coming from the other side of working in tattoo shops, I'm kind of now suspicious of tattoo shops that pretend like they're a family. And if you watch Freckle Tat's video on the whole snake tattoo controversy, you'll see why being a family isn't always the best thing.
So she was so patient and so amazing as we mapped out the freckles, asked a bajillion questions, had multiple styles of unicorns to put on, and, you know, was really honest about size and just super upfront and amazing. And I would recommend her hands down for anything. She was like the most amazing person to meet.
So clearly she had a great experience with Daisy. Daisy has many happy clients, and I don't think we can discount that. Overall, it does seem like there's some really bad business practices going on at this tattoo shop, but I think we really need to separate the artist from the clients getting this done. The clients are getting a lot of hate online for these tattoos and people publicly criticizing their faces, which is definitely not the negativity that we need. The artist is really responsible for this situation, and those clients, I'm sure, put a lot of research into finding an artist that they felt was right for them. I do think it's a bit of a strange move for Daisy to have removed every single TikTok video she's ever made. To me, that shows a sign of guilt, right? Like, why are you removing everything now that there's so much attention on you? I feel like she's trying to hide something with that. And I feel like it would probably take a while to remove every single TikTok video off of your page. So that's definitely an interesting thing to do in a situation like this. Daisy has not made any comments about all of the hate over her rainbow freckles on TikTok. The only thing she's posted recently on Instagram is that she did not do the snake tattoo, and she does not have an active TikTok account and is not posting videos or comments. If Daisy does comment on the freckle situation, I will keep you updated, but I would love to know what you think about this whole situation. What do you think about rainbow tattoo freckles in general? What do you think about Daisy's business practices and some of the things she's doing with these rainbow freckles? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you have, leave me this emoji in the comments so that I know that you are a real one. Bye, everyone.